Imagine a coin so rare, so valuable, that it could be the ticket to your dream lifestyle. A penny that could be worth up to $1.5 million. Yes, we're talking about a single cent that could mean the difference between an ordinary life and a life of financial freedom. But how can you know if you have one of these extraordinary coins tucked away somewhere? And what makes this penny so exceptional? Today, we're diving into the intriguing world of the 1969 D Mint Mark Lincoln Memorial Penny, a coin that might just be hiding in plain sight. We'll walk you through why this penny has earned legendary status, how to spot one yourself, and how collectors are willing to pay a life-changing fortune for it. Stay tuned till the end, because what I'm about to share could change your life, and you'll want every detail to ensure you don't miss a $1 million opportunity. First, let's travel back to the year 1969. The world is buzzing with groundbreaking events: the moon landing, the Woodstock Festival, a time of hope and change. And while the world is watching history unfold, something peculiar is happening at the Denver Mint. Unbeknownst to most, a rare error is born, an error on the humble 1-cent coin that today is worth a fortune. This 1969 D Mint Mark Lincoln Memorial Penny stands out not because it was crafted from precious metals or made in limited quantities, but because of a rare double-die error. The minting process went slightly off, resulting in a coin with a doubling effect on certain letters and numbers. You might wonder, why would a minting mistake make a coin so valuable? Here's why. This kind of error is incredibly rare, making this penny a prize for collectors, especially because only a few have ever surfaced. And collectors? They're willing to pay a massive premium for something so unusual. Picture this: one of these coins was auctioned off for nearly $1.5 million. But wait, what makes this double-die error so unique? And could this coin be in your change jar? Hold on to that thought, because once you learn what to look for, you might just strike gold in the most unexpected way. Now, before you rush to turn over every couch cushion and empty every pocket, let's get into some of the details on what exactly to look for, because we're not just talking about any old penny. So if you're ready to hear about this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, let's get into the nitty-gritty. Alright, so what should you look for to know if you've got this rare penny on your hands? Here's the essential checklist. First, the key characteristic of the 1969 D Lincoln Memorial Penny is the double-die obverse. You'll want to look closely at the coin's text, specifically on Liberty and In God We Trust, along with the date, 1969. If you see a shadowing or doubling effect on these letters and numbers, that's your first big hint. The second defining mark is, of course, the small D mint mark under the date, showing that it was minted in Denver. Without that, it's not the same rare coin. But here's the twist: the market is flooded with fakes, so spotting the real deal takes a discerning eye. Some scammers have tried to etch fake doubling effects on regular pennies to pass them off as rare coins. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC will certify authentic finds, but you need to know what to look for to make the initial judgment. Now, imagine finding this penny, holding it in your hand, and realizing you've stumbled upon a fortune. It's thrilling, right? But it's also a race against time. The market for rare coins fluctuates, and right now, demand is high. Collectors are on the hunt for exactly this type of penny, and they're willing to pay top dollar for it. Transition with humor, let's be real. That penny jar you've been ignoring for years just got a lot more interesting, didn't it? Who would have thought something so small could hold so much potential? So, say you've got your hands on what you believe to be a 1969 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny with the double-die error. What's your next step? Well, this is where the excitement meets the reality check. First, get the coin authenticated. You wouldn't sell a house without paperwork, and the same goes for valuable coins. Reach out to a reputable coin grading service, such as PCGS, which will professionally verify and grade the penny. This certification is like a seal of approval. It tells collectors and auction houses that your coin is authentic and valued accurately. Once you have certification in hand, it's time to choose how to sell it. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers specialize in high-value coins, and they'll connect you with serious buyers. The anticipation as bids rise, knowing you're about to transform a 1-cent coin into thousands, if not millions, is exhilarating. And here's where things get urgent. As more people discover these rare pennies, demand could level off. Collectors might not always be so willing to pay record-breaking sums. So if you're serious about making a sale, don't wait too long. The window of opportunity is open, but only for so long. Imagine holding a single penny, a penny that could change your life forever. A penny so rare, so valuable, that its market worth stands at an astounding $1.4 million. You may even have this very coin lying unnoticed in a drawer, or tucked away in an old coin jar. Intrigued? You should be, because this is no ordinary penny. Today, we're diving deep into the world of the 1970 D Mint Mark Lincoln Memorial Penny, a coin that could transform your financial future if you're lucky enough to own one. Now, let me ask you, are you ready to discover if you could be sitting on a fortune? And remember, this isn't just about coins. It's about finding treasure in places you never expected, a chance to elevate your lifestyle beyond what you've ever imagined. Now, let's uncover exactly what makes this penny so special and what you need to do to cash in. So, what makes the 1970 D Lincoln Memorial Penny so valuable? Here's where the story really gets interesting. In the 1970s, a small number of these coins were struck with a unique error, something coin collectors and enthusiasts call a double die. This rare error created a distinct, almost doubled image on some coins, typically on the date or on Liberty, inscribed at the top. This doubling wasn't supposed to happen. It's a mistake, a rare fluke in the minting process, and that's what makes it so desirable. For coin collectors, this is like finding a Picasso in your attic. It's an unexpected gem. But don't start rummaging through the couch cushions just yet. There's a bit more to it than that. While the idea of pocketing $1 million penny sounds easy, collectors and auction houses are very particular about what makes this coin so valuable. Condition, clarity of the doubling, and the D Mint mark from Denver, these are all key aspects that make this specific coin the jackpot it is today. Now, here's where things start heating up. Imagine discovering you have this penny. Just picture it, standing in front of a panel of collectors, as they bid on what was once a common coin. Exciting, isn't it? So, how do you find out if your penny is the right one? And what would it mean if you did? Stay with me, because in just a minute, we're diving into exactly what to look for and how to get your coin verified. Alright, now comes the most critical part, determining if your penny really is a hidden treasure and how to move forward. First, you'll want to check your 1970 penny for the D Mint mark. Then, inspect the date and the word, Liberty, carefully. If you see what looks like a shadow effect or double image, you might be holding a double die version of this rare penny. If you think you've got the right penny, don't go running to the pawn shop. Instead, your first step is professional grading. Organizations like the Professional Coin Grading Service, or PCGS, and the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, or NGC, can authenticate and grade your coin, confirming its true value. Without this step, even the rarest coin won't fetch its full worth. And no, unfortunately, showing it off to your neighbor or bragging to friends doesn't quite cut it. But getting that official grading? That's when the real magic happens. It's like getting your penny $1 million stamp of approval. Imagine the anticipation of that grading process. Waiting for the verdict on a coin that could make you a millionaire. Once graded, it's time to consider where to sell. Heritage auctions, Stack's Bowers, and major auction houses can offer platforms to showcase rare coins to collectors willing to pay top dollar. But what if you don't have one of these pennies? Is this the end of the road? Far from it. The world of rare coins is vast and filled with opportunities. There are other pennies and coins out there with high values, just waiting to be discovered. So before you turn off that treasure hunter mindset, remember, sometimes the next $1 million coin is just a penny away. At the end of the day, this isn't just about a single penny, it's about the incredible value hidden in unexpected places. From a drawer, a dusty jar, or a collection gathering dust, wealth can come from the most ordinary things. And for you, maybe today is the day that ordinary penny turns into something extraordinary. Remember, opportunity often comes when we least expect it. So, are you ready to take a closer look at your coins? Keep searching, stay curious, and maybe, just maybe, your next discovery will be worth $1 million. You're digging through an old jar of pennies that's been collecting dust for years. You pick one up, almost casually, and think, just another penny. But what if I told you that tiny, worn-out coin could be worth millions of dollars? Yes, that's right. One penny, a single 1971 no-mint Mark Lincoln Memorial penny, has the power to completely change your life. Now, before you dismiss it, here's the real kicker. As we speak, a 1971 penny with no mint mark has reportedly sold for over $1.3 million. Imagine what that could mean for you. Paying off your mortgage, traveling the world, or even creating a legacy to pass down to your family. And it all starts with a single penny. Sound too good to be true? Stick around, because I'll break down exactly why this penny is so valuable, what to look for, and how you can find out if you have one of these elusive coins sitting right under your nose. So, do you feel that urge to start digging through every jar and drawer? Hold on, don't run to your coin jar just yet. Let's uncover why this little copper disc has become one of the most sought-after coins in history. Now, you might be wondering, how does a common coin become a multi-million-dollar treasure? The secret lies in a combination of rarity, condition, and demand. Let's dive into each. The 1971 penny was produced in massive quantities, millions upon millions in fact. But here's where things get interesting. Most of these coins have a small mint mark indicating where they were made. However, a few of them somehow made it out of the mint without that mark. No S for San Francisco, no D for Denver, nothing. Just a blank space. It's like having a rare misprint on a famous painting, but in coin form. Why would collectors want a penny like that? Well, there's a phenomenon in collecting where the tiniest mistake can create massive value. Errors, especially ones as rare as this, are fascinating to collectors. They're seen as unique, almost magical pieces that shouldn't exist, like a secret only a few are lucky enough to discover. And just to add a layer of thrill, many collectors aren't even aware these exist. But why $1.3 million? Why not $50,000? Or even $100,000? What makes a penny without a mint mark that valuable? Hang tight, because we're about to enter the most exciting part of this story. The reason the 1971 no-mint Mark Lincoln Memorial penny reached such a high value lies in the simple law of supply and demand, mixed with a pinch of, well, intrigue. Think about it. There are hundreds, maybe thousands of people scouring for rare coins, hoping to strike it rich. And yet, there are only a handful of 1971 pennies without the mint mark in pristine condition. Imagine the bidding wars, the competition to claim one of the rarest pennies in circulation. When collectors and investors get into these kinds of battles, prices skyrocket. So, what does this mean for you? It means you could very well be holding onto a coin worth more than a brand new luxury car, or even a mansion. All because of a small, accidental detail on a humble 1-cent piece. By the way, if you're anything like me, your mind is racing through every penny you've ever seen, wondering if one of them might be the jackpot. So let's talk details. How can you tell if you're holding a potential million-dollar coin? First, grab that penny and inspect it closely. You're looking for two things: the date, 1971, and the absence of a mint mark. It's not enough just to have the date. The coin also needs to be in top-notch condition. That's what collectors want, and they're willing to pay big bucks for it. The truth is, not every 1971 penny will reach $1 million price tag. But even those in good condition can still fetch thousands or even tens of thousands. Imagine the feeling of realizing you've been walking around with a small fortune in your pocket. A penny, ignored by everyone else, that could pay off debts, launch dreams, or make your retirement just a little bit sweeter. Now, there's one more thing to know, one key detail that can make or break the value of your coin. But before I reveal it, think about this. How would it feel to actually discover that 1 in a million coin? Can you picture the look on your family's faces? The feeling of holding something almost no one else in the world has? That's what we're talking about here. The last secret? It's all about getting your penny properly authenticated. Coins need to be verified by a reputable expert who can certify that it's genuine, valuable, and in the right condition. Without this certification, even the most beautiful 1971 penny won't hold the same value. So if you think you found it, don't delay. Contact a trusted coin dealer, get it checked, and if it's the real deal, your financial future might just get a serious upgrade. So, what are you waiting for? This isn't just about a penny, it's about unlocking hidden wealth in the smallest, most unexpected places. Start digging through those old coins. Check every penny. Don't ignore the 1-cent pieces in your collection because, as we've seen, even a penny could be worth more than you ever imagined. Imagine the possibilities, the freedom, the life you could create if you discover one of these hidden treasures. Remember, opportunity doesn't always knock. Sometimes, it's hiding in your change jar. So get searching, and who knows, you might just hold the key to your financial freedom in the palm of your hand. Good luck. Have you ever imagined that a single penny, a simple coin you might find tucked in a drawer or stuck in your car seat, could be worth over $1 million? Well, buckle up, because today we're diving into one of the most elusive treasures in American coinage, the rare 1970-60 Lincoln Memorial 1-cent penny, a coin that has reached jaw-dropping market values of up to $1.4 million. Now, I know what you might be thinking. How can a penny, a coin we usually overlook or drop in tip jars, be worth that much? I'll tell you, it's not just any penny. This is a coin with a unique story, one that combines rarity, historical appeal, and just a dash of mystery. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this coin has become so valuable, how to identify it, and most importantly, how you might uncover one of these hidden treasures yourself. But first, a quick question: have you checked your change lately? That old jar of coins in your closet? Who knows, you could already be sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it. So stay tuned. Because in the next few minutes, I'll walk you through everything you need to know about this $1 million penny. Let's start with the backstory. The 1970-60 penny might look like just another coin from the outside, but its worth lies in the details. This coin was minted during the United States bicentennial celebration, a time when Americans were more aware than ever of their heritage and history. But what really sets this coin apart is that it was minted with a rare D mark, signaling it came from the Denver Mint, and it's rumored that very few in this production run have certain anomalies and errors that make them incredibly rare. Now, before you start scrambling for your coin jar, let's go over the characteristics that could make one of these coins worth so much. The primary factor is condition, specifically if your coin is in near-perfect condition, which is what collectors call mint state. But even more crucial is the existence of unique die errors, like double stamping, a distinctive strike, or imperfections caused by the minting process. And if you're thinking, come on, a coin has to be flawless to be worth anything? Well, yes, but you'd be surprised. Some of the most valuable coins out there aren't pristine. They're unique because of their flaws, which turn them into one-of-a-kind collectibles. Imagine holding something that only exists in that particular form once in all of history. That's the appeal. Here's another fun fact. The demand for these coins isn't just about American collectors. Wealthy buyers worldwide are often willing to pay massive sums for a chance to own a piece of American history. It's as if they're buying into a dream, a piece of Americana, and when there's a bidding war, prices can skyrocket. But here's the catch: finding one isn't exactly easy. These coins are like needles in a haystack. So if you think this journey is for the faint of heart, think again. Finding $1 million penny requires patience, precision, and a bit of luck. But imagine the payoff. Now, let's talk about why you should be checking those pennies closely and why time is of the essence. Coin values fluctuate. The market for rare coins, especially ones as unique as the 1970-60 Lincoln penny, is competitive and intense. Right now, these coins are in demand, and that's why the potential value is so high. But these values don't always last forever. You might be asking, okay, so what's the first step? Simple. Start by sorting through your change, looking for coins with the D Mint mark and, more importantly, any imperfections. If you think you've found one, consider having it appraised by a reputable coin dealer. You can even send it off to be graded professionally. It's a small investment that could lead to a massive return. You're holding a coin that could completely change your life. It's a thrill that few people ever experience, and it's waiting for you in places you might least expect. And who knows? You might find that your humble penny collection could unlock the lifestyle you've dreamed of, a life of financial freedom, stability, and wealth. Now, don't let this opportunity pass by. Take a second, dive into those coin jars, and keep your eyes sharp. Because $1 million penny is out there, and it's waiting for someone like you to discover it. Thank you for watching, and if you found this information valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with others who are searching for their own hidden treasures. Have you ever held a penny and thought, could this tiny coin be worth a fortune? Well, hold on to your seats because today, we're talking about a little-known penny that could be worth up to $1.3 million. That's right, one single penny that could be your ticket to a life of luxury. Now, don't go emptying your pocket change just yet. There's one specific coin you're looking for, and it has a very important mark, the 1979 D Mint Mark Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin. Let's start with a quick history. It's the late 1970s, and the Lincoln Memorial penny is a familiar face in every wallet across America. But in 1979, something unique happened. The Denver Mint, responsible for producing millions of these pennies, produced a particular set of coins that, due to a combination of errors, could now be worth over $1 million. Yes, a penny that slipped through quality checks and became a rarity. Think about that for a second. How often do we overlook the small things, thinking they're ordinary or have no value? Imagine the thrill of finding out one of those ordinary pennies is worth a literal fortune. And this isn't a hypothetical fairy tale. We're talking about real auctions, real buyers, and real millionaires made from these tiny copper coins. You might be wondering, why would a penny be worth that much? Isn't it just a piece of copper? Here's where the story takes a turn. But before we dive in, I have to ask, do you have any old pennies stashed away? Maybe in a jar, maybe in a drawer? You might want to grab it before we continue. Don't worry, I'll wait. Okay, got it? Good, because now things get really interesting. So, why is this 1979 D Mint Mark penny so valuable? The answer lies in its mistakes, in its imperfections. Collectors call this a double die error, and it happens when the coin is stamped twice by the die. This creates a slightly distorted image of Lincoln's face, the date, and other elements on the penny, making it unique and incredibly rare. Think about how rare it is to find a coin that not only survived production flaws but also has stood the test of time without being lost, melted, or damaged. Collectors crave these types of errors because they tell a story of a coin that's one of a kind. And with so few of these pennies known to exist, they've become a sort of holy grail among coin enthusiasts. Now, here's where the stakes rise. These pennies have been known to sell for tens of thousands of dollars at auction, and in some very rare cases, even millions. Imagine the kind of life you could live with a windfall like that, a life that could start with a single coin. This isn't just about money, it's about the thrill of discovering hidden wealth right at your fingertips. But before you get too excited, there's a catch. Not every 1979 D penny is worth millions, of course. There are some key details that make the difference between a fortune and a regular penny. Miss just one of these, and you might end up walking right past a life-changing opportunity. So, what are these details? And more importantly, how can you tell if your penny is the chosen one? Let's dive in. And by the way, if you're wondering if this is just some elaborate prank, trust me, it's real. People have made millions off these coins, so stick around. Alright, here's what you need to know. First, you'll want to check for the D Mint mark, which is located just under the year. That indicates it was minted in Denver, which is the first step. Next, look closely at the date and at Lincoln's profile. Do you see any doubling or a slightly fuzzy image? This error, known as doubling, is what makes the coin valuable, and here's where it gets urgent. Every year, more people learn about these rare pennies, which means competition is fierce. Collectors are hunting down these coins every day, and prices are rising. The longer you wait, the harder it might be to cash in. Imagine finding this penny years from now only to realize you missed the peak of its value. Heartbreaking, right? Now, some of you might be thinking, what are the odds I actually have this penny? Here's a little secret: you're not alone. There are potentially thousands of these pennies out there, waiting to be found. So, the odds might be better than you think. But will you actually search for it? Here's a suggestion. The next time you come across a 1979 penny, or even an old jar of coins, take a moment to look closer. What if that little penny you've ignored for years is actually your $1,000,000 ticket? It's possible. In fact, it's happened to people just like you, people who took a second look at what they thought was just another penny. The emotional power of a discovery like this is extraordinary. It's the kind of story you'll be telling your family for years. Imagine that feeling, standing in a crowded auction room or seeing a bid come through, realizing you're about to cash in a penny for a life-changing sum. It's something out of a movie, yet it's happening to real people, everyday.so. What are you waiting for? Don't let this opportunity pass by. Go check those pennies, see if you have a 1979 D. Lincoln Memorial 1 cent with the double die error. It could be a game changer. And if you want to stay informed on other rare coins and valuable treasures hiding in plain sight, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Remember, these opportunities don't last forever. If you've ever dreamed of turning spare change into wealth, now's the time to act. Go see if your fortune is waiting in that jar of pennies.